So if you don't know this one thing, then you could be destined for failure in your business. It's that important. That's what I want to talk about.
The Drive.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode of The Drive. Dean here, on the way to Internet Profits HQ. And it's a little brighter this morning, although it's that time of year where it's freezing cold. And so I'm actually running a bit late. I was doing a webinar with our certified partners last night, and it got a little later than planned. So I jumped up out of bed this morning. I'm actually running behind. So I've missed the gym this morning, I'm sad to say. But I'll make up for it tomorrow. It is what it is. So, I was talking to somebody, an offline brick and mortar business owner. When was it? A few days ago, or the weekend maybe? I can't think now, but just recently. And we got onto the topic of understanding and knowing your outgoings. Understanding basically how much a business has to make in order to keep the doors open. Meaning ultimately like the minimum requirement of profit or turnover in order to stay open, in order to stay in operation. You know, all too often, you know, and this was my version on this. I was talking about, you know, this is, you know, common practice in an offline business. You know, a restaurant or a store, a brick and mortar store in the high street, they need to know what their outgoings are and know that figure to understand how much they have to be bringing in order to keep those doors open, right? In order to keep paying the bills to stay open as a minimum viable turnover level to stay in operation, let alone then going into profit. And a lot of business owners, he was basically saying, you know, a lot of business owners, it's surprising what he sees, a lot of offline business owners don't know that figure. They just kind of keep going about their business every day and they don't know that figure. And this is why a lot of people go out of business, because they don't know that minimum target, that minimum income figure that they have to generate to stay open. And then obviously we got onto the subject of more my industry, online business, digital business. And I said, well, it's actually probably even worse in this industry, because a lot of people, when they start out, they just pluck out this figure, and it tends to be, I need to make $10,000 a month. You know, now, for some people, I'm sure that's true, but for the majority, most people don't need to make $10,000 a month. It just seems to be that figure that's been, you know, like clung onto and thought about, and you know, that's the figure that everyone goes for, which is a fine figure, by the way. I'm not saying that it's not something to strive for and aim for, but what I'm saying is, in terms of, you know, keeping the doors open on the business, or let's just say, for example, if you are stuck in a full-time day job and your desire is to actually become your own boss, be able to, you know, run your own online business from, you know, an independent location wherever you want. So whether that's at home in your lounge or a home office, or like me, we have an actual offices. Really, you shouldn't just pluck that figure out. It's nice to have a target figure, and I always encourage people to actually go like large with their goals, because, you know, it's that whole thing. If you shoot for the moon but only land among the stars, then you still did well, right? So the thing is, it's good to have a target, but you should also understand what that minimum income number is to allow you to achieve your goal. So if you have this deep down desire to quit your day job and just work from home, and then be in a position to do it full time to grow, then your minimum figure should be calculated based around what is the minimum amount of money that I need to earn to pay my bills, keep a roof over my head for me and my family, to put food on the table, and quit my day job. And know that figure first. You know, I really want everybody, I like people to do two things. One, think of a big target that you'd love to strive for, that if you hit that target, you could live your absolute dream life. You know, that might be $10,000 to $20,000, I'd imagine, a month for the average person. You know, there isn't a lot you can't do with $20,000 a month, I assure you. So have that big figure, so you're like, that's my dream lifestyle. And what does that look like? But then also have another figure. What is the minimum amount I need to make to accomplish that certain level? Whether it's to quit your job, to supplement your pension, to just have a bit of extra toy money, play money. Whatever that minimum target is, know that figure as well. Okay? Because when you know that one, you then set yourself a sequence of steps to get to the dream life. And the first goal can be to get to that minimum level so that you can get out of your job or take that pressure off or supplement that pension. You know, whatever it is, you know, everybody's in different situations. And so that's what my message is today. Do you know that figure? And if you're in business, if you're running a successful online business, you're doing this full time already, do you know what your minimum figure is to continue to operate? You know, a lot of online businesses and offline businesses, they go through peaks and troughs, as I would call it. They're on this roller coaster income. There's, you know, very little businesses are always constantly growing. They tend to be a bit more like this. And so you've got to know that minimum figure so that you don't end up in trouble, okay? So with that said, I'm at the headquarters now. It's time to jump in, get on with the day. And I will, of course, see you again in another episode of The Drive. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit share, and please subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube so you don't miss any of this good stuff. Talk to you again soon.